everybody, and welcome back to Frigiphobia, Neon Goblins run through of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, from our friends over at Wizards of the Coast. As always, I will be your GM this evening. My name is Morgan, and I am joined by some wonderful goblins. We've got Chris.
Howdy.
We've got Alden.
Hello.
We've got Kevin.
Hey.
We've got Prescott.
Hello.
We've got James.
Ahoy, hoy.
Griffin is unfortunately not here tonight because he got a promotion and he's doing training stuff at his
Nice.
job.
Congrats,
Awesome.
Griffin.
Yay.
Well, you gotta have priorities, I guess.
Yep.
Oh no. Well,
No, you're good.
bear with my spotty internet. Yep. So, as always, before we get started tonight, Frigiphobia, Icewind Dale, is written as a horror adventure. There are some moments that may be particularly chilling for some viewers. If you ever need to, feel free to take a break from the stream, step away, and make sure that you are doing whatever you need to do to enjoy the experience along with the rest of us. Another announcement before we jump into the game. We are sponsored this evening by our fantastic friends over at Roll20. For anyone who is unfamiliar, Roll20.net is a virtual tabletop platform that is system agnostic and has all sorts of tools and features that allow you to bring... Oh no, am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
You're good.
Okay.
Keep going. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
You froze for like a second, but the
Oh,
audio.
No,
was
you
good.
are.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Technical difficulties.
we all spoke
She
too
must
soon.
have dropped.
She's gone. She's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
there you
I'm
are.
sorry. I'm
He's
back.
back.
You're in a different window,
I'm
but you're
GM
here.
now.
Prescott's the
Get
GM
there,
now.
Ernest, get
Yeah,
there.
Prescott, give
So
us
yeah,
so much loot.
Roll20
Give it to
is
us, Prescott.
Prescott took over
agnostic
the game.
system to run any of your tabletop role-playing games. Otherwise, maps and tokens.
Okay,
And level us up. And level us up.
Yes, and you can do cool things like dynamic lighting, so you keep your players in a sense of mystery and wonder what's coming around the corner, with monsters hidden away, ready to spring out.
Okay.
That was
Dang, I need
Now,
to
quick,
watch
level us up
myself.
before she
Hey,
takes
level
it
up,
back.
level
All
up.
right, and with that, we're going to take a quick break. Level up to level 10.
I like
Whoa
GM
there.
Prescott.
Yeah, Prescott's the best.
Good job, Prescott. That was
No
pretty
problem,
good.
no problem.
But yes,
Prescott,
roll
I thought-
20.
I thought you were our ranger, not our rogue.
Deal 'em.
But yes, thank you so much to our friends at Roll20 for continuing to sponsor the channel. Head on over to Roll20.net to check out all the exciting things they have to offer. So I think that brings us.
You want me to put you back, Morgan, in the middle?
I mean, I like hang out with you guys over here, but you know,
It's kind of weird.
whatever
Yeah.
you want to do, whatever you want.
We'll stick
Yeah.
with this for a little while, see how it goes.
But yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay, Prescott, what are we
wants-
doing tonight?
Well, I'm gonna give it over to Morgan, and cause she has a
Hold on.
great session planned for us. She
Yeah,
has some wonderful
yeah,
ideas
she
that she brought
does.
to me and wants to put in front of everyone.
Hey, look, you were chosen by Zoom to be the DM. You can't just hand it off to somebody else.
You can't
Well,
just
you-
hand it off to the person who put a bunch of work into it.
I know,
I
right? You
know.
have to
That's the way
improv
this
it all,
works.
Prescott. Let's
Dice
go.
is spoken.
Improv it all. Okay. Well, let's just give it back to Morgan because my improv is going short, and she has something fun planned for us, where we might die.
I've got something planned for you. We'll see if it remains as much fun as you're hoping. But before we jump into it, who wants to recap last session to let our viewers know where we are?
I can recap.
Go for it.
Sure. So we started last session after we had found a very odd, we'll just say spaceship, out in the middle of the frozen waste. And this is what we're assuming is kind of what the townsfolk have been saying. They've been hearing things. They've been, kind of seeing weird things happen. And this is what we believe is the source of that. So there were, after kind of exploring some of the ship, we saw some really cute little creatures who we found out that they were actually lost well, not lost, but they had crash landed there, and there was a psi crystal that had been stolen from their ship. And while even though Ozzy did believe that they inherently are evil creatures, I think more than anything at this moment, they just want to get off this island, realizing, or this realm, realizing that these people are pretty useless at this moment. So we, explore their ship a little bit, and then he gives us a very vague explanation of where that psi crystal is located, which is also some of the more perceptive players had realized some lightning off in the distance, which is the same direction that the creatures had gave us. So we went off and tried to find said psi crystal, of which we did, but in the process, we had to fight a very large, giant feathered homebrewed monster by our fabulous DM, who we learned we are not as good at ranged combat as we would like to be. And after a couple of close calls, we did make it past the monster, get to where the psi crystal is located. We have it in our possession, but due to the extremes of the battle, we are hunkered down, trying to get some rest before making our way back to the mountain to return it to our alien friends.
That is correct. Worth noting that all of this is taking place in the spine of the world, which is the mountain range on the southern extremity of Icewind Dale. You decided that you would stop by this rumored site of activity on your way to investigate something called Sunblight, which is the fortress of a Durgar lord named Zardarok Sunblight. You have previously met and dispatched 2 of his sons and thwarted their attempts at gathering Chardolin, which is a sort of tainted magical crystal of some sort that is found throughout Icewind Dale. But yes, indeed, you have made good use of your time on this stopping point. Oh, where's Prescott?
Let's I don't know. We lost Prescott.
Oh, before we jump into the session, then we will take a really quick break to recalibrate.
Wait.
And get Prescott. Is he back? Baby, come back.
Alden's the DM now.
Okay.
Also, we gained 500 gold each.
No.
The stormy weather from earlier today and yesterday has been playing with my internet.
Oh no.
But I'm on a mobile hotspot now, so it should be good.
Oh,
Okay, cool. That's all right.
Okay, so Alden, what are we doing?
Well, first, you find a huge treasure hoard, completely unguarded. No, okay, go on, Morgan. You continue.
You do know that I'm going to be in control eventually, and you're going to have to pay for your shenanigans.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, you are now still up on the sort of frozen ridge of the high mountain peak that you climbed to discover the Stormbird. It did seem that this creature absconded with the psi crystal from among the wreckage of the Nautiloid. Noticeably, when you finally come upon it, it does look very egg-like, perhaps explaining why this large avian creature took a shine to it. But you all, at the end of last session, bedded down for a rest after your harrowing ordeal. And as Rayston took watch, a couple of biting cold hours passed until he looked out at the edge of this precipice that you were camped upon and saw the visage of a structure, a beautiful, if slightly neglected structure with worked brick facade and marble scrolls and columns accentuating the architecture, building that he recognized as his childhood home. So, Rayston, as we rejoin you on your watch, you see this apparition in front of you. It seems to rise from the chasm just beyond the cliff face, and the doors look very familiar and inviting to you.
At the end of last session, Royston composed a poem about how much he hated the mountain, and just sort of the overall Dale, the supernatural curse on it, got special attention. and he was about to do an addendum addressed to this phantom vision of his home destroyed, which I will begin with.
All right.
Poem addendum. That is my house. How dare you, mountain? How dare you? This place is worse than I thought. Also, I ain't fooled. That shit's still a cliff. I am sitting right here for the rest of my watch, and you can just glare at me. Poem concluded. So Ryston just sits there angrily, looking at the ghostly image of his house.
You do so feeling this well of inspiration for the addendum to your poem, and as you finish scrawling the ink across parchment, you look back up and it's no longer there. Nothing else comes to pass during your party's rest. You all wake feeling cold and stiff and bone weary. I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw. At advantage, thanks to your winter gear and other preparations.
19.
Dirty 20. Thank goodness for the advantage.
15. Oh no, sorry. 15 on the die. I have like a +5 to con, so 20.
Okay. Osborne?
I am pulling out my character sheet. I was messing with the overlay.
Okay.
Because you guys
And
keep
worth
dropping
noting,
out.
there is also a party inspiration on the table from the recap.
I'm looking in D&D Beyond for my character. There it is.
No.
Constitution saving throw?
No. Yes. Wilhelm.
Oh, no,
I
well.
had already failed this last session, so I'm very curious as to why you're letting us.
Oh, did
One.
we?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, that's my
So
mistake.
I was like, sweet, I'm going for it. Even though I know
Sure,
it.
no.
And the dice just kept me honest, is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a
I think
13.
the same people passed last session and failed.
Yeah.
last
It was meant to be.
Osborne, did you fail last session as well?
What was the DC?
17.
I failed it this time. I probably failed it last time.
Okay. Did it? If you remember your result from last time,
Hmm.
you can keep
I
it.
don't.
Okay. Well, then we will roll with it. Okay, so you gather your things and strike camp, and you have this very large, almost 4 foot tall and a couple feet wide, translucent, ethereal looking, otherworldly crystal stone in front of you. So who is going to be managing bringing that back down the mountain?
Don't think that'll fit in your bag there, Vulcan, right?
It would not fit through the openings in Vulcan's back of holding.
I shall carry it, my friends. I'm not too tired. It will be fine. Certainly,
You know, at some
this
point, we'll
hard
help.
night's rest will not make everything last longer and harder and really bog down this game. That would be awful. No,
Can we-
it's good. We got
At
it.
some point, Wilhelm, you will eventually not be able to carry something. We can't just keep,
Mm-hmm.
having you
Yeah.
do it.
We could.
We can take turns, and
Yeah.
in the meantime, I have some rope. I know it's very hard to carry a sort of egg shape, so we can tie it to help
Mhm.
make it a little easier.
All right.
Can we estimate how much it weighs?
By walking over and shoving on it and trying to move it around, it is lighter than it seems. If it were solid stone, it would easily be hundreds of pounds, but this one feels like it's probably about 150.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not bad.
Mhm.
So, Gran, you attempt to fashion some sort of harness for it to make it a little more wieldy.
A little bit, yeah.
Sure. Well, then, Wilhelm, I would say make your strength check at advantage, but from your exhaustion, we'll just call that a straight roll as you begin to carry the stone. I also need survival checks from whoever is leading the descent.
Arm in arm again.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Wilhelm, you're good for the first hour of travel.
Oh, I rolled a terrible. I rolled an 8 total.
Let's see what the weather's like.
Rolled a
shall we?
15.
Okay. Yeah.
15?
This is why there are two.
Highest?
Yep.
I rolled for weather. Okay. It does remain clear as it was for your ascent, which does certainly help considering Gran is having a little trouble finding the same solid footing from the freshly fallen snow overnight. But it is a successful check. You are able to make normal pace down the mountain for the first hour of travel.
Good.
You do remember it was about a 4-hour trek up here at a normal speed. So go ahead and give me a survival check for the second hour of travel.
I should not use those dice.
Wilhelm, are you still carrying the stone?
I
Ooh, much
certainly
better.
can.
Give me another strength check, please.
23.
Okay.
15. Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Yep, Gran, much akin to your normal approach to the world. Slow and steady is keeping your footing sure. Zadrin, however, is just bouncing around like Legolas on top of the snow, like it's not even there. Wilhelm, you're not even breaking a sweat.
21. Piece of cake.
I just imagine it's sort of like a backpack rope harness with just this massive crystalline egg on your back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm carrying his actual backpack, so I have like the mama kangaroo bag in the front.
That's good. That's good.
That's why you're having to go slow and steady. You can't really see your toes.
Yeah.
All right, third hour of travel. Same checks for me.
Choose the metal one.
Oh my god, natural 20.
Oh, nice. I got a 19 total.
There we go.
Yeah,
Gran is
this
This
now
one would be heavier. Definitely.
I'm
13.
getting used to this backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the DC because I know that you're a strong boy, so you're
Mhm.
still good. And for your final hour of travel, as you begin to descend the steeper part of the rocky surface and begin seeing these sort of gouges cut when the nautiloid passed through here and crashed into this sort of crater.
I got a 10.
Oh, that's a great face there, Gran. You seem real confident.
16.
Okay, 16
Whoa.
passes.
12.
But Wilhelm is beginning to sag under the weight of this massive, unwieldy, strange device.
Mm.
So it takes y'all a little over an hour. This time it's about an hour and a half. So it's nearing midday by the time you finally crest a ridge and see the same strange, almost mollusk-like silhouette of the nautiloid ship. So let me put us back over here. Just in case y'all decide to get frisky. So you know the approach, you know the basic layout of most of the decks of the ship. Are you just boarding right away?
Call out and board. Be like, hello, I forgot your names. Let me look at my notes.
Vorin and Dredovax.
Yes, Vorin and Dredovax.
Very good.
Uh,
Yes, as
got
you
those
call
notes.
out,
Mhm.
that secondary battle deck, remember, has an open cowl. So after just a couple of moments, you do see one of the Ceramorphs pop up to the edge, nod acknowledgement to you all, and gesture with one of his strange clawed purple hands, and then disappears back into the interior.
Hmm.
So you enter on the bottom deck. You see the still grotesque remains of the strange fleshy construct that you defeated upon first boarding. There's the crates that Gran rifled through. Are you just making your way straight to the command deck?
We can still set this on fire.
yeah.
Oh,
It's not too late.
Osborne, what
We
would
have-
be the point in him carrying down this large egg so we can just blow up the whole thing?
We have
could've
I
really,
done
wasn't
that
on board for
and-
that to begin with.
we have really put a lot of work into letting you,
You
go home.
you have put a lot of work into it,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you almost,
but
I mean, Zadrin almost got fallen off of a cliff.
Yeah.
we could. I'm just saying.
This is Osborne. I feel like we have to relitigate a lot of things. Are we relitigating?
What do you
Are
mean?
we going back over it?
Okay.
Reestablishing the way the party
I'm
policy?
just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're arguing with me from like an hour and a half ago.
Offer still
before we went.
stands.
I
I
think
didn't
we'll
agree with you
they-
then. I don't agree with you now.
They can leave this realm and they get their egg back and we move on with our lives.
Well, I sure
He
hope
knows.
that
He
is
knows
what
all
they
the.
do.
He knows the
Yes.
arguments. He's heard them before. He remembers. He's
I
just
sure hope that is what they do, but I don't.
reiterating. Just reiterating.
I walk with. I almost said Adamant. I walk with Wilhelm up towards the bottom deck to head in.
Mhm.
All right. It's easy enough to make your way back onto the main cargo deck, through the hold, up the stairs, past the battle deck with its massive turret, and then onto the command deck. You see that Dradovex is currently fiddling with that same sort of captain's chair type device that had the two glowing spears on either armrest and is oriented towards the constellation of jellyfish-like baubles that are connected to make a star map overhead. Vorin, it seems, was in the process of tinkering with the same fleshy interiors of the wall of this spacecraft, if you will, but is ready to meet you. The three squidlings that you had met sort of eagerly tentacle skittering around his feet. You have a psi crystal. Wonderful, he says as he looks upon you, Wilhelm. That will simply need to come this way. And he will lead you. Let me
To the
show
part we
you.
haven't seen.
To what appears to be some sort of captain's quarters that is absolutely littered with all sorts of strange devices, what look like they might be charts displayed on holographic LED screens. Strange colors and lights glow from different apparatuses that you don't recognize. But he eagerly beckons Wilhelm with the device over to this sort of work desk and just sort of shoves a bunch of things aside. You notice, Gran, that a very small, sort of iridescent metallic disc that has a strange colored translucent membrane stretched across it topples off the table, rolls, and sort of comes to a rest against one of your clawed feet. Zadrin, you see what, when it was still, looks like it was simply a pile of cloth, sort of tussled and folded in over itself. And as it too falls off the table, you hear a sickening and it sort of just flops against one of your feet. But looking down upon it, it's sort of a silverish gray material, but you see the occasional almost rainbow-like ripple of light across it. Borin doesn't seem to take any notice of these or any of the other strange apparatuses that get shoved aside. He gestures to you, Wilhelm, to set down the psi crystal, and he immediately begins drawing out different implements and seeming to examine it.
What's this? To Drudix, since Warren seems busy.
Oh, we took that from some peoples on a different part of this plains. They lived in the ocean and something to do with communication. It's not of interest to us, so you may take it.
I tentatively touch it.
It
pick it up.
feels oddly cool, not cold, but like just sort of clammy to the touch. And lifting it, you can see that it almost looks like a swimmer's cap. Its general shape, but the material is just so odd to you that it's just kind of hard to describe.
I put it in my bag for now to examine later, because
Okay.
I want to look
Can I-
around for more cool stuff.
Okay, are you going to rifle through things or are you just taking a look around?
I don't want to do anything too provocative or touch anything I don't understand.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
This purple thing by my foot. Can I check that out?
Yeah, you lift it up and examine it. Are you asking Voren or just picking it up?
No, I'm just checking it out.
It's
Mine
only
made a weird sound.
it's only about this size.
Oh.
The sort of very thin membrane within it just sort of bends and gives with the air current depending which direction you move it. It feels ambient temperature to the touch. It's odd. It's sticky. That membrane does seem to encompass the outer ring, but it is beautiful.
I look at I guess I'm standing next to Wilhelm.
You think this is some sort of egg?
Gran, as you hold it up near your face, the membrane pulls to your eye socket. The ring molds to the sort of bone structure around your eye, and it just sits there like a monocle. There's sort of a
Gran.
brief kaleidoscopic appearance to everything through it, but as your eye sort of adjusts, you notice that your vision is pretty clear with this on.
I just
Everything's
get LASIK?
sharper detail. You can add this as eyes of minute seeing.
Ooh.
This is so cool.
What do I find? Anything? Do I roll
Give me a perception check.
Way better at perception. That is. Oh, there it is. 21.
Okay. You do notice sort of neatly stacked on one corner of the table and not disturbed by Voren's messing around with stuff are 3 sort of rectangular blocks that have that same sort of chitinous metal exterior, but along the seams glow with a sort of purplish pink light. And you recognize they are very similar to one of the things that Gran had picked up and turned over when she emptied the crates down in the cargo hold.
I'm gonna pick one up.
It almost feels like it's slightly vibrating in your hand, but
Ooh.
otherwise doesn't react.
I'm gonna juggle them.
That might be something Vulcan would like as well.
I'm gonna juggle them.
Give me a straight dexterity check.
That is my best stat. 20.
20. Okay. You pick them up and begin deftly juggling them with ease. And Voren, who had sort of been using what looks like one of those walking compasses that shipwrights use on their maps, had been taking measurements of the side crystal and looks up at you. And you see the tentacles of his face just sort of immediately flex in agitation. What are you doing? Stop! If you drop that, it'll be a terrible disaster.
I put them back on the table.
Shouldn't be playing with energy cells like they're toys.
I think we should get out of here.
I whisper to
Yes.
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm's like, all right, well, before we go, Vulcan is over here whispering in my ear to remind you to give him his ray gun.
Yes. Dradovex has it waiting for you on the deck there.
Okay.
Okay. You make your way back out onto the command deck. The squidlings, Wilhelm, flock to you eagerly. They seem to enjoy seeing their reflections in the metal plate of your, what are those called? Not pauldrons. What are the greaves? Greaves. That one.
Goodbye, Huey. Goodbye, Dewey. Goodbye, Charles.
Dradovex kind of gives you a quizzical look and cants his head. That's Renrix and Isengard.
Renrix and Isengard. Oh, but did I get the third name right?
That is remarkably similar to what he named them already. It's
Yeah.
like the same kind of like double punch and then the unexpected uppercut right at the end.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
Really-
It's like it's a trope or
It's an
something.
interesting, yeah.
But he does produce the laser pistol that was promised, along with a smaller rectangular metallic object that has glowing seams of light, the same color that the chamber on the back of the pistol holds.
Okay.
So that is, I will let Vulcan know, a laser pistol, an extra energy cell. Just because y'all made friends with the squidlings.
Hooray.
Thanks, Wilhelm.
Moments
Yep.
later, Vorin reappears on the deck and sort of glides up to Dradovex. It's hard to tell if they walk because they have the robes that carry down to the floor, but it is unnaturally smooth the way they move.
Yes.
And they get to sort of chittering in that same very strange, almost guttural but bubbling language of theirs that you had been hearing telepathically on your approach. Both of them seem to get excited. They give the same sort of Zoidberg-esque little wave of their face tentacles. And Dradovex turns back to you. It seems we will have our preparations to leave completed shortly. So, kindly exit the craft.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
I would love to go on a road trip, but
I
now is not
am-
the time.
I'm staring daggers at Ozzy, making sure that he doesn't have any matches in his pocket or
Just gonna hustle off.
something nefarious.
Oh,
You want to see nefarious? Just look around.
all right. So you all make your way down from the command deck through the battle deck to the cargo hold. Gran, there's crates with those same strange devices that you found, the long metallic cylinders with all the attached bits and baubles that glow with the same light from the larger energy cells you had seen upstairs. And of course, let's not forget the 2 giant 5-gallon barrels of lubricant sitting
Very
in the corner.
Mhm. Yep.
There is anything that's like easily, like any little devices that's easily pocketable. I'll just kind of like when you're shoplifting where you just grab and put it in your pocket. If there's anything that
Oh,
stuff.
what? I've never done that before. What do you mean?
I'm
It's fine. This is a judgment-free zone.
in movies.
The only thing that looks easily removable that isn't sort of battened down under additional secured measurements are those cylindrical devices.
Yeah, I'll just take one of those. I think Vulcan might like it. So.
Don't I already
Lord
have one?
mercy.
I
Is
think
this
so.
not the same as the rod?
Yeah,
Yeah,
You-
it's different from the rod. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
the rod is a-
pacification, yeah.
Exactly. Pacifier rod. Good job, Prescott. Okay, so
It
you
says that on my
snag
sheet somewhere.
Yeah.
one of these coming out, and I'm gonna let Vulcan just make an intelligence check on that to see if he can put the pieces together. Oh yeah. Vulcan sort of looks at what you have, Gran, as you make your way across the deck and out into the cold, frigid surround. Looks at the laser pistol he's been given. Yeah, I think that's definitely just a bigger version of this. And looking at the 2 side by side, he appears to be right. So your party now has a laser pistol and a laser rifle.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Wish
What
I'd
have I
pocketed
done?
those energy cells now.
Yeah.
Okay. But you make your way out. It is about midday at this point, and exiting the craft, struggling though it did have the proper life support mechanisms, and it is again a sort of breath.
Oh no.
Oh no. Technical difficulties are fun.
For the audience that doesn't understand what we do here, this fixes it sometimes. You know what?
Well, like,
Hey,
see?
it
You
works!
just gotta
It
believe.
works!
See, you just gotta believe.
Yeah.
It also
thanks,
lets
Zoom.
you
I
know if
my
it's
internet
happening.
connection is unstable. Okay, so you make your way back out onto the deck, and you begin to hear sounding from high above you a loud, shrill, alarm-like sound, and you begin to feel the deck vibrate beneath your feet.
I am off the
yeah,
ship.
get off
Let
the
me-
deck.
let me
and
get
get
off
the
the
hell-
ship,
I want to poke Wilhelm.
Hmm.
It's not too late.
Osborne, I am surprised at you.
We can
You
save
have
a
been
lot of
wandering from
lives.
town to town, and people have been judging you by the way that you look. And you
Why
are
not-
doing the same thing to these poor squid
We can
people.
save a lot of lives right now, right
Mhm.
here.
I'm sure someone has said that about you just for being a goblin, and they were wrong. Except for that one time
Oh,
you
well.
firebombed an entire city. But we aren't going to talk about that, man.
Well,
You're a
if-
good
if-
person.
If I had taken someone else's body to become a goblin, that would be different. But I haven't. You see, I was just born this way.
Mhm.
They were
It's-
not born like that.
I think we're in a rush to get to Sunlight,
Yeah,
Ozzy.
I pick him up and continue the conversation as we hustle away.
Yeah.
You all vault off the deck and put some distance between, and moments later,
Mhm.
you see the large fleshy tendrils that extend from the front of this craft begin to animate and undulate, some of them sort of extending out to the side as the sort of curled bow lifts off the snow. You hear the cracking of ice and see ice sheets slide off as it breaks from its hold. And then the tendrils all sort of curl in unison and then push, and the Nautilus disappears sort of through a rippling veil in space just above this crater in the mountains. And then it is gone. No sign of its presence except for the massive divot in the snow.
I would like to detect portal and see if I can ascertain the aspects of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's all
What all
gathering.
does that tell you?
I am looking that up.
Well,
It
but a
just
Raven
says,
Queen intel gathering.
as an action, sense the distance and direction to the closest planar portal for within 1 mile.
Yeah, it's about
doesn't-
70 feet away.
Yeah. It doesn't give the details of what that portal goes to.
It doesn't, but they had previously mentioned their
Astral
native
sea.
plane of the astral sea. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can do it. I haven't used it before.
Very nice. That's a cool feature.
Yeah. Planar warrior. Woo.
I see.
Yeah.
Vulcan is busily turning the laser pistol over in his hands and investigating its mechanisms and how it works. What would you all like to do now?
Get my bearings and the direction towards sunblight.
Okay. It
He's
is
fine.
about midday, so
Mhm.
the sun, which is rarely directly visible due to the constant cloud cover that fuels the ever-raging snowstorm of the Rime of the Frost Maiden, you can see it is a bit brighter today, but it is very difficult to sort of pinpoint the direction of the sun to get your bearings on an exact compass. You do know that you essentially pressed southwest.
And then east.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's see. I think we're still on the map. Let me put you all on the map.
And I am Outlander, so I have the Wonder background features. So I have an excellent memory for maps and geography and directions.
Okay. Gotcha. So this is not that. Yep, this is where you are now. This is sort of the general area of the reported crash site and meteoric crash site. I did forget to do something that I should have done for Vulcan, so I'm going to retro and say that the Ceramorphs also were willing to part with a few spare sheets of that chitinous star metal.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome.
I thought that as I was jumping off the ship, it's like, damn it.
Because I knew he was going to ask for it.
Hmm. Yeah, you've been talking about it the entire trip to the meteor.
All right. So you would know that the location of Sunblight that you had secured off of the map that was taken from Dirth Sunblight on the ferry is here. It was previously marked in that sort of ornate sunburst crest. So are you going to descend before trying to cut eastward, or are you going to try and make your way across the peaks of the mountain?
I would say, since it's midday, I would suggest to the party that we descend to a lower elevation where it's probably a little easier to rest and not so frigid and windy
I
and
don't think we'll
unprotected.
make the whole way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to get caught on the mountain another night.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So let me get. I'm not going to do it for every hour. We'll do it for every 2 just to cut back on some superfluous rolls. Let me get a survival check.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh, natural 20.
Awesome.
Balance in the universe.
I'm gonna say right now that this journey should never be made without 2 guides. Like
Yes.
you guys are great. You're balancing each other out perfectly.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Arm in arm.
Like having advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's
Do
just
you
more fun
s-
having the 2 people do it.
Yep. The symbiosis that is Gran and Zadrin's navigation pattern at this point is without question. And you are able to make really good time for your first couple of hours. We are now in the latter half of the day, so let's see if the weather holds. Ooh. As you continue traveling, Gran, you begin to lose sight of what you're actually looking for. You're busy enjoying the strange, newly articulated state of the world around you, looking through this otherworldly lens that has been gifted to you. But Zadrin, you make sure to draw her focus back in when needed.
Yeah.
And you make good time for your first 2 hours of travel. As you're approaching that 2-hour mark, though, you notice that this low-hanging cloud cover begins to sink down the sides of the mountain, the sun no longer burning off quite as much of it, and it's beginning to enshroud your travel as you go. It's not blizzard, it's not an increase in the level of snow that's falling, it's still just the light flakes that flicker around you, but it is starting to impede the distance that you can see.
Okay.
So let me get another survival check for your next 2 hours of travel.
11.
Dirty 20.
You continue to make good time. And with the dirty 20, Zadrin,
Mhm.
you begin to notice there's never been an extreme populace of small animals around you in your travel in the mountains. Even though there's more trees here than you've seen elsewhere in the Dales, everything here just always feels subdued and quiet. But you do notice as you pass by a particularly large, sort of rough-barked tree, a tuft of very coarse, sort of silver white fur that has lodged in the bark.
I will pull it out of the bark and investigate it further. See if it's similar to the moose or another creature of
No,
similar nature.
please, I can't hear anybody.
Oh,
There we go.
you can, yeah. I will investigate the tuft of fur and all that. Oh no, come on.
Oh. Baby, come back.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
I like
works.
to investigate. Yeah, it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can give me a nature check.
Yes. That will be a 14.
Okay, 14. You can't immediately place what it would be from. You can tell that it's longer and softer than what the moose's fur would have been, but not quite the same sort of downy, long-haired coat that the Yetis had.
Mm,
Something in between.
okay.
Maybe more akin to the crag cats,
Cats,
or
yeah.
even like an Arctic wolf or fox.
Mm. And what height of on the tree was it?
It's actually at about 4.5 feet. It's kind of high up.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Some big, most likely predatory animal is out and about.
Okay.
Now I'll keep my lookout for it.
Okay.
Oh, any
So
tracks
then-
near on the ground or
With that survival check, you
Yeah.
don't find any tracks. The increased sort of snow cover has done away with any that might have been present. You're not sure how recently this fur got lodged here either,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
you did spot that because of the check that you made.
All right.
Okay, so pressing on, are you still both working on survival, or Zadrin, are you trying to keep an eye on your surroundings?
I would warn
It is
Gran.
getting later in the day.
Yes, I would let Gran know that probably looking for a place to bed down this in nice cover, and keep an eye on surroundings.
Well, I'll just keep us headed in the right direction. Why don't you focus on a nice, warm place to stay?
All right. So yes, I'll keep an eye out on basically the surroundings and looking for any places to make camp while she can keep us in a direction.
I'll keep the survival thing going. Yeah.
All right, let's get your survival check first.
Without Zadrin's help,
You got this.
it is a 14.
You don't got
Okay.
this. You got this.
14's pretty good.
I know.
Bad.
I know.
You definitely feel like you're still pushing along in the same direction. It is a little bit harder to chart a path. You do notice you have to sort of ascend a little bit more on the slope of this mountain to push through because there's rocky drop-offs that look a little too treacherous to pass by. Let me get that perception check from you.
Alrighty. Oh no, that ain't good. That will be a 9.
9.
9. Yeah. Rolled a 4.
You are looking for any sign of trouble and also anywhere to bed down for the night.
Mhm.
Nothing leaps out at you, but you do think, well, if there's a sort of rocky drop off there, then that would mean there's a sort of stone wall, something that you can put your backs against.
Yeah,
But nothing leaps out as immediately perfect.
Yeah, I'll suggest that to Gran and see if she wants to keep going or.
I don't think it's too much farther down. I say we keep going for just a little bit. I'm not too keen on what you found so far. You don't seem to be in love with it either.
Yeah, and we did recently find the fur in the tree of that large animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we pick up the pace just a bit. If everyone's okay. Ozzy? Are you cold?
I'm always cold.
Okay, well, we'll keep going then.
Okay. Give me one more survival check and one more perception check.
All right,
As you're running out of daylight.
Yes.
Yes. 18.
Dirty 20.
Okay. 18 and a dirty 20. You're managing to keep pace, so you have covered a decent amount of ground. You are nearly to this sort of valley between the two mountain peaks that is so large you can even see it on your map. Zadrin, you notice a sort of not crater, but a gap in this elevation of rock where you can see it drops down from this side. There's a bit of open ground before it rises again. And it seems to be like almost a pinch point on either end. Like maybe some large section of stone was dislodged during a landslide or something, but it's made a nice little sunken pocket in the mountainside.
I will point that out to the group, and that seems protected from the wind and weather. It's let's head there for tonight. It's getting quite late anyway.
All right.
So the party adjusts course, make for this area. I will show you all real quick, just because it's a really cool map.
No, I don't
Roll
like that it has a
20.
map. Let's go someplace that doesn't have a map.
No, it's fine. I mean, I have so many snowy maps, you're going to end up on one either way.
Okay.
But before we move on to the night's rest, I think we've been on for just about an hour now, so this would be a good place for a little bit of a break. So chat, hang out with us, give us 5-7 minutes. We're going to grab some refills, and then we will be back shortly. Trust me, hang out. You're going to want to see this.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, God.
No.
Welcome back, everybody, to Frigiphobia. The party has isolated a perfectly safe and comfortable looking spot for their night's rest. What? Oh, I guess y'all need some tokens, don't ya?
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, thank you.
I like this pretty picture of our campsite.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it's time to narrate what we do the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's so picturesque. I wanted y'all to have that beautiful scenic backdrop for your night.
And if you missed the first half, we saved some aliens so they could go back to their astral plane. And so far, it's been very calm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is always
no.
a bad sign.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. There we are. So Gran and Zadrin, as always, leading the charge. Y'all are sort of headed down this embankment, down into this recessed area.
Okay.
So whereabouts in this clearing do you want to make camp? Everything is sort of veiled in a few inches of snow. You hear the occasional cracking of ice underfoot, but nothing that seems to give way to anything more than stone.
I would imagine over here might be good.
Yeah.
Just tucked up against this wall.
All three sides are covered.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Zadrin, go ahead and move your tokens down to the bottom of that embankment for me. And as you are sort of musing this idea, you hear a low guttural growl. And appearing
and yeah.
the far end of this dell, you see a massive white wolf.
With blue eyes like that?
Yep.
Indeed. Though these have the faintest glint of purple as it shifts its gaze between the lot of you. And it slowly sort of paces out into the clearing, snarling and bearing vicious dagger-like fangs.
I think we should just go somewhere else.
Yeah, Granny, tell it we mean it no harm and that we will leave.
I'm gonna lie to it.
Oh, okay.
Is it okay if I lie to it, everybody?
What do you mean,
All
what?
Tell
them we'll go around.
And I do speak in Sylvan. And I will just give a quick
no harm here. We are just leaving.
But in a different language.
You see the ears that were sort of pinned back, sort of turn around and point forwards out of curiosity for a moment before immediately flattening again. And it speaks back in Sylvan with this strange growling voice. I don't think so. Osborne!
Yeah.
What is your armor class?
16.
You feel a cold rush of air and then hear a terrible grinding against stone as emerging next to you from its hiding place, you see a second creature.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
It rolled a natural 20 on its stealth check, but missed on its surprise attack.
Okay.
You see a troll-like creature emerge, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
All right.
You said it might not be an intense battle.
I was gonna lie to the wolf. I said I was gonna lie to the wolf. Somebody took administrative privileges and just started saying like, "Oh, we mean no harm." Obviously not.
What are you going to say?
I was gonna lie to the wolf. I was gonna tell it that we were like servants of the Frost Maiden or something. I have a +9 permanent advantage deception check. Use
Do
it.
you speak
One.
Sylvan?
Do you speak their language?
Yeah.
Totally pointless of me to even try, obviously.
am I on trial for here?
Yeah. Granny can just, speak their language because she's a druid. Should have been a lion druid.
Alright.
Granny doesn't lie well.
What are you talking about? She's raised by wolves. She's the best liar ever.
To
It
animals.
has a negative? What the fuck?
Roll my initiative.
My initiative is terrible.
Ooh, I rolled the same thing twice. And they were both high. I'm liking my big dice energy tonight, baby. Let's
I
go.
don't want that for
Hate
you.
that. Not interested in it.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's 2 of them.
Is that a good
So,
It's a good
because
thing
of
for
how
me.
this unfolds, I'm trying out a new mechanic. So, as we all go into initiative, you are sort of in the process of stepping out into this area. So, you can all move yourself up to 5 feet in any direction you would like.
I'll be up by Gran, I imagine.
Everybody, that is everybody.
Well, that's more than 5 feet, but that'd be there.
All right. Can everyone see the sort of translucent gray square around this wolf?
Yes.
Yes.
That is because it is that size. That just gives you an idea of the grid that it takes up.
Okay.
That's
That's a big
It's
a
a
huge
rectangular-
wolf. That's
No.
not even a large wolf.
No, thank you.
Oh,
Good.
wait, is it?
Yeah.
It needs to be smaller then.
Okay.
It is only large.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See if I
Wow.
can-
Oh, phew.
Okay.
All right, let's see here.
Now
Now,
we'll
the
have-
troll, on the other hand.
Mhm.
We all know that size doesn't matter.
That's not true.
It matters a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
a little bit, yeah. but-
Greatly.
It's more that size doesn't matter for everything.
Hmm.
All right.
At the top of the round, Rayston, you remind everyone that size doesn't matter for everything, and it is your turn.
Okay, good. Love it.
Go back to back.
I wish that my only source of fire damage didn't also have a strength save. Because, trolls. Trolls.
We're gonna find out.
I am going to get big and biggin myself.
In Biggin.
And I am going to move here because I think that lets me keep an eye on the wolf while I fight the troll. It's important that I be able to see both.
Okay. So you've got your movement. You did your in Biggin. Anything else?
I'm going to attack.
Okay. Is in Biggin a bonus action?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Excuse me.
Crit!
Oh,
Sick.
awesome.
Love it.
Very nice.
Not the only one with some big dice energy tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm gonna crit, I'm gonna activate my fire rune,
Okay.
which not a bonus action. Thankfully, it's just a thing that I can do when I hit,
Okay.
and that I guess just roll damage. I mean that's a
Yeah.
Let's
critical
have
hit.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
No need to
so,
break down damage unless it's cold on this guy.
Okay.
I feel like that's a given, so I don't mind telling you all that.
Is that 18 fire damage.
Okay.
From that first hit, and then a big hunk of piercing.
You got this.
14. I swear to God, my brain turns off doing addition.
Me too.
Yeah. So 14, 16,
Nice.
or 30. And then it's going to need to make a strength save.
All right. Modified 20.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to succeed. So it takes the first fire damage hit, but will not take any more.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. That brings us to the wolf's turn. All right. Wow, fast boy.
Mm.
It is going to charge the party. 15, 20, 30, 40, 45. Yeah, I can get there. Gonna turn just a little bit. It's facing the three of y'all. I just can't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to again snarl and bear these long dagger-like fangs, and you see a sort of crackling blue-white light erupt from its throat as it uses its cold breath. I need Gran, Zadrin, and Osborne to give me dexterity saving throws, please.
All right.
You have cold breath too.
I say that to him and Sylvan.
Just when I think that this Dale can't get any worse, there are wolves with breath weapons.
Dirty 20.
I got a 5.
Oh no.
I got a 15.
Okay. There is still a party inspiration on the table.
Are
Are
you
we
saying
sticking
I
with
should
these
use
numbers?
that? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just
Are
reminding
you saying
everyone
I should
that
use
it's
it right
there.
now?
Because
You know,
y'all forget about it all the time. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Hey, all right, that's a 22 that time.
Okay, so everyone succeeds. So instead, you will only take 9 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would have been the end of the world, but all right.
And he still has 5 feet left. So, oh yeah, he's strong enough. He is going to leap up onto this ridge. So he's about 10 feet up at the moment.
You said 9 damage?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
cold damage.
Unless you're resistant to cold damage.
Woo! I'm not.
Okay, that doesn't apply here. Rayston, he is going to make his 3 attacks at you as he attempts to bite you and claw you twice.
Wow.
Oh,
The bite first. This should hit.
all right. What is it?
23, but that means you can't cast shield.
Yeah, no, I'm just wanted to know the number.
I'll go ahead and roll the next one. Should also hit with a 20. Should hit with a 25. Okay.
All right.
So from the bite, you take 7, 12, 16 points. That is combined piercing and cold. And then on the 2 claws, 7, 11 points of slashing on the first. Oh, along with another 3 cold. 2 slashing on the second with 4 cold.
All right. I'm still up with 10 HP.
Okay. Big Rayston is bloodied. But that is, he is also going to move around here and position himself on the other side of you. And there is like a pit here that he has climbed out of. Zadrin, it is your turn.
Can I make it up this ridge here, or is that a cliff?
There's sort of like a large boulder here that you could go up. This is just sort of the alcove from this ramp. So it's at the same level as all of this.
Okay.
But there is a large stone here that would get you about 7 feet up.
Sure, I will perch myself up there. Just
Okay.
And bonus action hunters mark the troll, or what I assume is the
Alright.
troll. and then fire twice at it. Let me mark off my spell. Okay. First attack is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Let me go ahead and do that. 2d8 and 2d6, because everything. 12, 12, 24. That would be 29 points of piercing damage.
29 points of piercing damage.
And then second attack is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Give me a second before you give me the number.
Mm-hmm.
Big chunk. All right.
All right, and that'll be 13 points of damage for the second hit.
13. Those blows are landing. You notice that all of these sort of puncture wounds and the slashing wound from before are leaking this sort of blue-black ichor.
Okay.
It's showing some wear and tear. Y'all are taking chunks out. Anything else?
That is it.
All right, Gran.
I am going to cast a second. I'm going to move. I guess I need to get close to Rayson. I'm going to cast a second level Cure Wounds. And then I am also going to enact my Spirit Totem, where it'll be everyone except for Zadran, unfortunately, has 10 temporary hit points and advantage on melee attacks. So for the Cure Wounds, that is 15 actual hit points, and then the 10 temporary, and that is my action and bonus action.
Very nice. Vulcan should be down here as well. We'll just put him right there. Next up is Wilhelm.
You said advantage on the melee attacks, Gran? Oh, Gran. Yeah.
If you're next to a buddy, which you're next to a buddy.
I will be next to a buddy as I attack this horrible troll that is dared to strike my friend. Oh, so a 19.
Hit. That'll hit.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
And my second attack. Oh, cool. Well, that's not a natural 20, though, but a 25.
That'll hit.
So, nice. For 13 damage. And I think I'm going to smite with that, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. He's
so
looking rough.
Use that. I've knocked off a second level spell. So that means extra radiant damage. So 3d8 extra damage coming your way.
Ooh, nice.
Oof. All right.
3d8. So 13 plus 19 is
32.
32. Oh, I only got advantage on the first attack. I'm a filthy cheater. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and reroll the second, and we'll keep the damage if it lands.
If it lands. I'm on dice. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Boom.
Ooh,
And
that number was
13 and
32.
19, 32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You use a greatsword, is that right?
I use a longsword so I can hold this shield. Don't be silly.
With arcing, sweeping blows, Wilhelm just carves in, almost playing connect the dots between the arrow puncture wounds with these massive slashes. More of this blue-black ichor pools and falls in splattering puddles to the ground around its feet, and the creature falls.
Wow.
However, Wilhelm,
Mm-hmm.
As you begin your turn so terribly close to this creature, I need you to take 12 points of cold damage as this ichor seems to give off its own biting aura.
Well, with the temporary HP, he's like,
Okay. Next up is Osborne.
All right. Well, seeing the troll go down, I'm gonna move right in front of the wolf,
Alrighty.
and I'm going to use Burning Hands at 2nd level.
Okay. What kind of save is that? Dex?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 17.
That passes. So, 6 points of fire damage.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to make that my bonus action.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to use my action to cast Fireball.
On the wolf.
Yes.
Okay, another dex save.
Yeah.
Oh, 21.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry.
Okay, so you take 18 points of fire damage for that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back right back where I was.
Right. That was the first damage he's took, so it was a lot, but he's still looking pretty hefty, if angry. That brings us to Vulcan's turn, who was getting ready to launch a Eldritch Cannon, but it's just a wolf now, so instead he is going to sling a Firebolt, because that will reach all the way. 10 plus 8 for 18 hits. Oh, wait. Fire damage from a Firebolt on the wolf. Takes it. Vulcan is going to... Ooh, Vulcan started his turn within the aura as well. It takes 8 points of cold damage. He will back away from that creature. Next up is the wolf's turn. Let's see if he gets his bad boy breath back. He does. Yay.
Ew.
So he is going to leap down from here. Turn right. Going to dart past you, Osborne.
You've got Warcaster. Hurt him.
I don't have Warcaster.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to go for the people surrounding his master. I need Rayson, Wilhelm, and Gran to give me the corner
Dex.
Dex saves, please.
If it's the same breath weapon.
Throw a rock at him, I guess.
Oh, it's a 5.
It will fail.
Oh.
What we get?
19.
A 10.
Okay. The 19 will succeed. The other 2 will fail. So on a fail, you will take 20 points of cold damage. On a success, you will take half of that.
Oh, okay, that's okay though. I take 10. Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Wilhelm, are you bloodied?
Oh, exactly bloodied.
Exactly bloodied. All right. Okay, Rayson, how are you looking?
Golden.
Great.
Well, not golden.
It is your turn, bud.
All right. Well,
Oh, he's also going to use the rest of his movement to back up. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty much out of combat actions that don't rely on like enemy participation, essentially.
Osborne, real quick, if you wanted it, you would get a melee opportunity attack against the wolf.
Punch him.
It is at advantage.
Right.
It's at advantage.
At advantage?
From Gran. Yeah, from Grand Spirit.
All right, well, let me see what I have.
Just slap him.
I have a dagger.
Go for it.
Okay.
1d4.
21
Oh, that hurts, yeah.
for 6 points of damage.
That's more than
Okay.
0.
That
sure
is.
Yep.
Nicely done. All right, Rayston, sorry about that. Continue.
Wow, good job, Osborne.
I'm as surprised as you are.
I am going to. I'm going to do a longbow attack.
Okay.
On the wolf.
You'll have to just drop your sword to do so, but you can.
Yeah. Yeah, longbow attack on the wolf.
Mhm.
Which is going to be a that is only a 14 to hit.
14 will just hit.
Fantastic.
Nice.
All right. 12 damage on that.
Okay.
And then which is max, by the way. In case anyone was
Nice.
impressed.
I am.
And I might as well action surge and do it again.
Why not?
It's
It's starting to look bloodied.
is a little better to hit. That's a 26 to hit.
Starts with 2, good for you.
1 down from a crit, and that is going to be. I was wrong, by the way, earlier about what was max damage because I wasn't adding my giant's
Oh, yeah.
height to it. This is max damage. That is to say, 16.
Okay. Bacon. Looking a little bit rough. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay.
You know what? Actually,
will-
I can move away from the troll.
can, but because you began your turn there, you're still going to take 11 points of cold.
All right. That's my whole
Hello.
turn. For sure.
Okay. Wilhelm and Gran, your attention is on this wolf, and you hear from behind you as this creature begins to stand back up. Wilhelm, you were the one closest to it. It is going to furiously reach out, its eyes sort of rolling back in its head as it continues to just gush blood from these gouting wounds. 3 attacks. Bite attack. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
I'm going to roll the damage on this one first, and then we'll...
Cloud rune, cloud rune, cloud rune, cloud rune.
What does that do? Well, he can't melee attack the wolf.
Yeah, he can. Cloud rune.
Tell me what that does.
Okay, so full feature. When you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker within 30 feet of you to become the target of the attack instead, using the same roll. And it doesn't matter whether they're too far away to realistically be hit. It's like a magical effect. I made
Well,
sure.
the wording of that
check
becomes
the-
the target of the attack. It's a melee attack. So it would be a natural 20 on the wolf if he could reach it, is my
No, but
interpretation.
the clarification on the feature, there's like a what's it called? The Twitter
Errata?
rule judgment thing.
Yeah, errata. would be the
There's
right-
an errata that clarifies that it's a magical effect. It hits the target if it hits it.
Okay. Alrighty. We'll roll with that for now.
Cloud room.
So it
cloud
will
room.
take-
Cloud room.
Steven is cheering in the comments for that.
Yeah, because
4d6.
Steven also played the Rune Knight fighter, and he gets me with this all the time, and it makes me so mad.
I wish. Can y'all see all these dice that I'm rolling against this poor wolf?
One. Love race.
Yeah, the wolf is fucking obliterated.
I was going to
Yay!
I
Oh
mean,
my.
mincemeat.
Can you tell me how obliterated the wolf was? Because
Sure.
I can tell
saved
you.
my life.
12, 18, 23, 25,
Down
29,
Uh-huh.
38.
How much past a hit points does it take to
Double.
kill someone?
The
Your
double
hit points
like,
again.
Oh, okay.
the
So
negative
you
of your
almost
So,
got there. You almost got there.
the cloud rune is engraved on my left gauntlet, and basically, like a little poof of clouds appears, and like its head goes straight through. While it's going after Wilhelm, and another little poof of clouds in front of the wolf, and its head just comes right out and snaps the wolf right in half.
There's a terrible whine of pain from this wolf, and as the troll rears back, blood just dripping from its fangs, it looks down at Wilhelm, then over at the wolf, and then back down at Wilhelm, and gives a furious snarl. Nice coming in with the claws.
I only had one of those.
It's okay.
15 to hit. I don't believe hits.
Misses.
So almost another crit. I rolled a 19, so 26.
Yes, it's.
But if I had crit, no, I would never wish that on you.
It's all right. You might have killed me. Yeah. Over this cloud.
Okay, double sevens and double fours. So 14 cold, and then 8 and 4 is 12 slashing.
So 14 cold and then 12 slashing. Well, you don't need to bother doing that much math as I'm down.
Okay. All right.
I will avenge you, Wilhelm.
Avenge me, my friend.
Well, if you go down, he doesn't have anyone holding him here. Most of you are down there.
Not me.
He is going to. Actually, he's not that smart. He's just gonna move over here and get close to the hole.
Okay. Do I automatically
Ran.
fail a
Just
death saving throw because I'm in his aura?
It's when you start your turn.
Okay.
Zadrin, it is your turn.
I will
This thing is wavering on its feet.
shoot my bonus act. My hunter's mark is still on the creature. I will then bonus action planar warrior, just like stay down. And first attack, let's see, is a 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that will be, ooh, nice. It's 12, 14, 24 force damage.
Okay.
I rolled
You
well.
loose your arrow and it just sinks into
Not
the side
24,
of the
it's
throat.
17 force damage. I added the wrong number. Attack
Still
bonus,
enough.
hit bonus, yeah.
It just tears through the side of the neck, and there's another spray of this blood, and it drops down again.
Get it
Anything
with
else on your turn,
fire.
Dadrin?
How much do I know about trolls?
Probably not that much. They're not native to
Yeah.
the plane.
Yeah, yeah.
You can give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh, nice. That'd be 17 total.
17. Whatever it is, there's something that's allowing it to keep moving. If there was something that could stall whatever these regenerative properties are, it might help. Fire might be such.
Yeah. Fire beats a bloody pulp. Remove its head. Something. A stake in the heart. I don't know. Garlic.
Garlic seasoned troll. I love it. Gran. Let's start with this because I should have been the whole time. 9 points of cold.
Oh, that's fine. You stopped me right before I yelled. It was good timing.
I don't have any fire or garlic, but I'm gonna get Wilhelm out of the way.
And I'll use my action to grab Wilhelm and pull him just kind of behind this rock, out of the way.
You can move him with you and just move half speed. It won't take your action.
Oh my God. She's so kind. Okay. All right. So that's going to be 5, 10, 15. So we're going to move it back here.
Okay.
And then that means I will not use a bonus action. I will use a 3rd level cure wounds.
Okay.
For 21 HP, and then I will use my bonus action to, I think I'm just going to heal a little bit more because I don't know how to get this guy back up, and I don't know how long it's going to take for us to figure it out.
What are you healing with as your bonus action?
Oh, no, I can't because it's another spell. So I'm going to... Maybe I'll just... I don't have anything. I don't actually have anything. So here we go. That's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Wilhelm because she got you just beyond the aura. You do not immediately fail a death save. And just kidding. You're up.
21.
Yeah.
You're
Wilhelm stands up for
unconscious.
only 5 feet of his movement.
Oh, right.
All right. As he kips up and goes, "Thank you, Gran. I feel like a new man." As he looks at himself, and all right, he's going to.
He keeps coming back to life. He did it again.
Am I the thrice slain now? You have to decide. I have no fire. I don't know fire could.
No fire. Corbin, I got no fire.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Corbin, I got no fire, but he doesn't know fire is the thing.
Zadrin mentioned garlic. I don't know if you have any.
I'm just listing undead things. I'm familiar.
As he moves up and he just starts hacking into the troll.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no need. He's already unconscious. But yeah, you hack away.
He does.
Is his head?
Yeah, remove its head.
First, he does 8 damage, and then he does 7 damage.
Okay. Yeah, cleaving away. I'll say you've nearly got an arm off.
Mm-hmm.
It's just laying there, but that ichor continues to flow. Yeah. Just kidding. Osborne, you take math 13 points of cold.
Well,
Sorry about it.
Osborne,
But now it's your turn.
Osborne's going to do what he always does when things upset him.
Yeah.
Or confuse him.
Mm.
And I'm going to cast Create Bonfire on top of the troll.
Okay.
Which is, it's a cantrip. And it's 2d8 fire damage.
Okay.
With a dexterity saving throw, but of course the troll is.
Not gonna make that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that most damage cantrips have fire going on.
So it's
True.
9 points of fire damage, if that matters.
Okay. As Osborne gives a shudder from the chill, but then performs the components of the spell, you watch almost an arcane sigil of fire spread across the back of this felled troll. And as it does, the streaks of flame seem to sink in to all of the wounds and immediately cauterize them. And then all of them sort of inside, and then there's a faint eruption from the core of the creature. And it slumps ever so slightly. And the ichor stops flowing.
Okay, so it was fire. Troll's fire.
I swore it was garlic.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah,
ice
I was
thing.
thinking
That
vampires,
just
yeah.
follows logically, I say.
Yeah, ice things, yeah.
Melt it.
Yeah.
Nothing moves around you. The forest is eerily quiet, except for the cracking of ice and the occasional thud of snow dislodging from tree boughs.
So, do you want to investigate the lair or do that in the morning?
Let us search now, my friends, to ensure it is safe for us to rest.
True.
Well, yeah, we don't want another 3 wolves coming out of there.
Yeah.
Or another one of those undead trolls that just keep popping back up again. I hope that's not what happens to me when I pass.
Let's
I'd
do
like
it
to
quick.
stay down.
While I'm still...
I'll make sure it's there.
All right. So it is sort of a pit that goes down, peering over. You can see it goes about 20 feet and then seems to sort of curl under into a sort of pocket space. Who's going down?
I march largely in.
I go behind him with my short sword drawn. It's going into
I
the
will
back
come as
space.
Okay. Wilhelm and Zadran, give me athletics checks to climb down and make sure you can navigate this almost sheer, icy, stony drop. Grayson, you're big. I'm going to say you can just hop down because it's really only like a 10, 12-foot drop for you.
Yeah, I got a 6 total, so I'm like,
Gotcha.
Whoa.
You
I'm
begin
following.
scaling down and then grab a rock and your grip just immediately slides off. It's a very short drop. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
ow.
And with disadvantage, because I'm exhausted, for those of you at home, I got a dirty 20.
Oh! The man is pure muscle.
Cloud
Steam
room,
coiling
cloud
off
room,
of him.
cloud room.
Thank you, Reston, for saving my life.
You're welcome. I don't know. Oh, the cloud. Yeah, the cloud rune.
Really, I was 6 points away from permadeath. That's crazy.
I mean, that's what the cloud rune's for. I'm just glad I finally got a chance to use it.
Yes.
Carrying
Yeah,
that thing
lucky.
around for like, God, a month.
That was very awesome. Oh, what a time to use it too on a
That's a
nat
month
20.
in world too. It's like half a year.
Nearly, yeah. All right, so the 3 of you who descended can give me an investigation check to see what you find. I will say the smell, despite the almost refrigerated effect here, there are desiccated corpses of different animals. There appears to be a couple of humanoids that once wore sort of patchwork leathers and skins that are just in a horrible state of decomposition. It is exactly what you would imagine a troll's lair to be.
I got a 7.
Would like to give Rayston advantage, please.
Sure. Wilhelm can help you poke around Rayston.
All right. Sorry, what am I rolling?
Investigation.
Okay, yeah. Well, glad you gave me advantage because that was a 1.
Ooh.
Well, this isn't a ton better. 14.
14? Okay. Taking some time and sort of gritting your teeth through the more gory, unsavory elements of searching this lair, you're able to recover 42 silver pieces and 16 gold pieces. You also find 2 sort of battered, mundane short sword. And then a decent supply of arrows on one humanoid and a bale of crossbow bolts on the other. But that is all that you managed to siphon out of the refuse in this cavern.
All right.
Okay.
There is no impending threat here. Easily enough, y'all will able to eventually be able to make your way out of this pit, even if there's a bit of scrabbling over ice to do so. And no other imminent threat looms here. If you want to bed down for your long rest.
Yes. And that here.
Just because I do want us to get to the last bit of this before we wrap the session for tonight. Your long rest passes without incident. You're all able to secure its benefits.
Oh, All right.
We all told a story or two.
Yeah. All right, setting out the following morning.
Would that be another bundle of like 20 arrows? Or like what comes
Sure.
on? Okay.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Alrighty.
Arrows do I have?
You strike out the following morning. Gran and Zadran, I presume, leading the way.
Mhm.
It is a horribly cold day. Icewind Dale is known for its blistering, unforgiving temperatures. This feels like it's painful just to move. Every little whisper of air that gets into the folds of your clothes or licks at patches of bare skin is almost a searing burn, and you notice the snow falling more heavily today, beginning to accumulate in your eyelashes and your hair. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw at advantage, please.
Okay. That's almost
Oh, God, it's so bad. 11.
19.
23.
Okay.
12.
Okay. What'd you get there, Osborne?
25.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Natural 20.
And Vulcan also made it. Okay. So, Gran, Zadran, you said about navigating your party. You press eastwards towards the destination of Sunblight. You make your way for most of the morning, pressing through unforgiving terrain, taking time where you need it to make sure that your footfalls are steady, safe. And as you continue to press on, you navigate a slow ascent of craggy rock and hidden patches of slippery ice. The perpetual low-hanging snow fog causes moisture to cling in your skin and clothes, and then immediately freeze and flake away, every movement eliciting a faint crackling sound. At the end of about your 4th hour of frigid travel, you crest a ridge and finally break through a pocket of this cloud cover. Before you rises a sheer wall of stone that scales upwards hundreds of feet. Carved high on this wall are rows of arrow slits with lights burning behind them, and from them tumble the resonating echoes of clanging metal. A single narrow staircase hewn from the rock leads up along one side of the wall, the only visible passage to this towering fortress.
I immediately drag Gran and I to the edge of the mountain to duck down and hide as they come into view.
Okay.
And if everyone's within range, I will cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
All right. So that will give you +10 to your stealth rolls. Does that mean you would like to stealth a bit closer?
Nope, just not be seen right now or heard. And just like stay a little hidden as we're inside of this fortress from any scouts or guards, border guards.
So you all gather at this ridge, and immediately a sort of veil of ethereal shadow seems to cloak your position.
I think we found it.
Do you see any scouts nearby? Any small holes that could have arrows to get us?
I look
Can't see
around.
anything.
Yeah, it's hard to in this weather.
Give me a perception check. Gran, you can make one as well, or you can assist him.
I'll make one too.
Dirty 20.
New, magic item there, Gran. Yeah. Dirty 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gran, what'd you get?
I got a 21.
Okay. You sort of peer above the lip of this ridge, and just like in the pictures, these are not windows. They are what appear to be iron grated arrow slits, but they are so impossibly far above you, it doesn't seem like they would be a threat. You don't see any scouts, you don't see any patrols or any movement from this current vantage point.
Or
But as you
in the snow?
say that again?
Footprints in the snow?
Yeah, any other tracks near us, like we're not
near
alone.
you, not in your immediate vicinity. No, you would probably have to move closer and check the grounds at the foot, because this is still probably about 100 feet out from you, and then it rises hundreds of feet.
Okay.
But as you are sort of watching and peering, looking for any sign of movement, I have a second bit of block text I would like to read you. From high above comes the sound of grinding stone and shattering ice. Large glass-like sheets break off the fortress walls and tumble down the mountainside. Great doors of ice, previously camouflaged within the stony facade, now stand open more than 300 feet above you. And from within them, you hear a deep, guttural growl that rolls down the stone like boulders. A rhythmic flapping sound echoes from inside the fortress, and gouts of snowy air begin to spill over the ledge that partially blocks your vision. Small stones and chunks of ice begin to fall down upon you like hail. The sound continues, and there emerges a terrifying visage. A massive draconic figure formed from dark crystal and ice hurls itself into the air, immense wings straining to carry its weight above the clouds. Its terrible roars echo like the sound of rending metal as the dragon bellows, eyes glowing with sickly yellow light, and it begins to glide away from you towards 10 towns.
No.
We're too late.
Wilhelm,
That is where we will end tonight's session.
do you think that was because of us?
I think if we had merely lit the aliens on fire, we would have made it in time. You're right, my
I
friend.
agree.
Yeah.
Is this
Agreed.
because of us?
This isn't
No,
because
no.
of us. It would have happened
This
anyway.
would definitely have happened no matter what. Don't worry about
Those
it.
This was the
aliens are gonna
plan.
come
We
back to
already
bite
knew
us,
this
by
was
the
the
way.
plan.
And this
we
was
were
a
told this
cutscene.
was
Don't
the
worry
plan.
about it.
How are we
this-
supposed to defeat this?
This otherworldly titan flies towards the settlements that you've spent a decent amount of time getting to know and assist. We're going to call it right there for the night. You'll have to figure out your next course of action next time.
My home.
Sending a lot of prayers and funerals.
I mean, it could be going anywhere. I mean, yeah, it's toward 10 towns, but
You know, maybe this will be
That's
a
the only thing
Smaug
there.
thing where like we get freaked out and it's like very scary and we feel
Yeah.
bad for a while, and then we get there and it's like no, like practically nobody died. There was like this archer with a black arrow that was like we didn't interact with, but there's a whole backstory
Yeah.
for it. You never know. This could work out great.
yeah.
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 Or
Yeah.
maybe it's a gigantic ice cream machine.
That's
totally.
less likely, but not a whole
Always
lot less
possible.
likely.
We have no data.
It could be controlled by something in the fortress. I don't know. Unless
mean-
the still living beating heart of a red dragon is in its within it.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright,
look,
good.
we can talk about this right here. There's no way we can catch up to the dragon. So we've
Yeah.
got to punish the people in the fortress now.
Or the red dragon is still in the fortress.
No, it's the heart of a red dragon ever living.
In
that's
the
powering
machine.
it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or the magic binding it. Or
Yeah,
the
we gotta
blueprints to
hope
take
that
it down.
Yeah, we got to hope there's a ritual that we can turn off, or else 10 towns is just going to get toasty.
Well, the good news is y'all have plenty of time to figure out what you want to do next, because Neon Goblin will be on hiatus next week. We
Yes.
will be off the air from this Sunday, the 9th, until next, what is it going to be, James? Saturday, the 15th.
Yeah.
So we will not be streaming any of our regular programs during that time, but we will be returning with Entropy on Sunday, the 16th at 4 p.m., which is DM'd by Mr. James Baxter right there, and has three of us, me, Chris, and Alden, play in that game as well. And Prescott's always in chat cheering us on,
Always
which we thoroughly appreciate. But viewers, thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry to drop a cliffhanger on you. I promise you my players are even more upset. But make sure you join us. We will, of course, be reminding everyone on Twitter that we are going to be returning with Frigiphobia on Wednesday, the 26th of this month.
Correct.
Of course, follow us, twitter.com/goblinneon, twitch.com/neongoblinlive, of course. And you can also find Neon Goblin on YouTube to view most of our videos on demand anytime if you need to catch up on Icewind Dale to this point. But
In
thank you so
perpetuity.
much. Yeah, there you go. They don't
Yeah.
disappear. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Roll20, thank you so much for sponsoring us. I use a lot of bells and whistles that y'all provide in tonight's game, and I definitely think it had quite the effect that I was going for.
Yeah, the
If
sound
you haven't
was-
used, I spent some time looking for that one too.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, if you haven't yet, checked out roll20.net. They have so many awesome features that you can make use of, even with their free membership. So we thank you very much for hanging out with us. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Players, thank you so much. Y'all did a wonderful job.
Thank you,
You did
Morgan.
too.
And tomorrow
Thank
night
you,
we'll be
DM.
doing Thanks for Nothing, our Southern Gothic Curse of Strahd campaign.
Oop,
Oh,
oop.
So join us for
really?
that. And the only other thing I have to say is Cloud Room, Cloud Room, Cloud Room,
Cloud room, cloud room, cloud room.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.